One butter brand in this video contains vegetable oils instead of real butter, and it's labeled as butter in most stores. You're spreading fake butter on your toast every morning. Today I'm exposing 8 butter brands you need to stop buying. Brands with fake ingredients, antibiotics, hormones, and deceptive marketing that tricks millions of Americans. This is based on FDA investigations, independent testing, and ingredient analysis these companies hide. The brand at number 1 is the best-selling spread in America, and it's not even legally butter. Let's start with number 8. The 4 deadly butter problems. Problem 1. Fake butter. Many products labeled as butter aren't butter at all. The FDA requires butter to contain at least 80% milk fat. But companies sell margarine, spreads, and vegetable oil blends disguised as butter. These contain trans fats, hydrogenated oils, and artificial additives that cause heart disease. Problem 2. Antibiotics and hormones. Most conventional butter comes from cows treated with antibiotics and rBST growth hormone. These hormones disrupt your endocrine system and contribute to antibiotic resistance. The FDA allows this, but Europe banned rBST in 1999 because of health concerns. Problem 3. Inflammatory omega-6 oils. Grain-fed cows produce butter high in inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids. Grass-fed cows produce butter with anti-inflammatory omega-3s and CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. But most butter is from grain-fed cows pumped with corn and soy, creating an inflammatory product. Problem 4. Artificial additives. Many butter products contain artificial colors like annatto and beta-carotene to make them look more yellow, artificial flavors to mask poor quality milk, preservatives like BHA and BHT that are banned in other countries, and emulsifiers that shouldn't be in real butter. The 8 worst brands. Brand 8. Land O'Lakes. Land O'Lakes markets itself as wholesome American butter with the iconic Native American maiden logo. But here's what they don't tell you. Most Land O'Lakes butter comes from conventional grain-fed cows treated with antibiotics and growth hormones. The company doesn't disclose whether they use rBST hormone-treated milk. When asked, they claim their suppliers don't use it, but they don't test or verify this. Land O'Lakes butter contains natural flavors, a vague term that can include dozens of undisclosed chemicals. Real butter shouldn't need added flavoring, and their spreadable butter products contain canola oil. That's not butter, that's a butter oil blend. The environmental problem. Land O'Lakes sources from industrial dairy farms with documented environmental violations. Manure runoff contaminating water supplies, methane emissions, and antibiotic residue in groundwater. You're paying for marketing and a logo, not quality butter. Brand 7. Challenge Butter. Challenge Butter is a California-based brand marketed as premium quality, but testing shows otherwise. Challenge uses conventional milk from hormone-treated cows. Their butter is made from grain-fed dairy, which means high omega-6 inflammatory fats and low omega-3s. The fatty acid profile is terrible for your health. Challenge Butter contains added color. Why? Because butter from grain-fed cows is pale and unappetizing. They add annatto extract to make it yellow. Real grass-fed butter is naturally golden because of beta-carotene from grass. The packaging deception. Challenge wraps their butter in foil that looks premium, but the butter inside is standard industrial dairy product. You're paying extra for packaging, not quality. Challenge also makes spreadable butter with canola oil. Again, that's not butter. It's a processed spread. Brand 6. Imperial Margarine. Imperial isn't butter at all. It's margarine. But many stores place it in the butter section, and consumers buy it thinking it's butter. Imperial contains 0 milk. It's made from soybean oil, palm oil, water, salt, whey, which is a milk byproduct but not butter, vegetable mono and diglycerides emulsifiers, soy lecithin, potassium sorbate preservative, calcium disodium, EDTA preservative, artificial flavor, beta-carotene color, and vitamin A palmitate. That's not food. That's a chemistry experiment, and it contains trans fats. Even though the label says 0 grams trans fat per serving, anything under 0.5 grams can be labeled as 0. But those trans fats add up and damage your arteries. Imperial was marketed for decades as healthy because it's low in saturated fat. But saturated fat from butter isn't the enemy. Trans fats and vegetable oils are. The lawsuit. In 2018, a class action lawsuit was filed against Imperial's parent company for deceptive labeling. The case claimed Imperial misleads consumers into thinking it's butter or a healthy alternative. The case was settled quietly. Imperial is fake butter. That's worse for your health than real butter. Brand 5. I can't believe it's not butter. The name literally admits it's not butter. But people still buy it thinking it's a healthier alternative. I can't believe it's not butter contains vegetable oil blend soybean, palm kernel, and palm fruit oil, water, whey, salt, soy lecithin, vegetable mono and diglycerides, potassium sorbate, calcium disodium, EDTA, artificial flavor, vitamin A, palmitate, beta-carotene color. That's a margarine spread made from inflammatory vegetable oils. The omega-6 content is through the roof. Eating this daily increases inflammation, raises your risk of heart disease, and disrupts your hormones. The marketing lie. I can't believe it's not butter was marketed as heart healthy because it's low in saturated fat and cholesterol. But decades of research now show that saturated fat from dairy doesn't cause heart disease. Vegetable oils and trans fats do. The trans fat problem. Even the trans fat-free versions contain partially hydrogenated oils in trace amounts. These accumulate in your body over time. And the irony? Real butter from grass-fed cows is actually healthier than this vegetable oil spread. Brand 4. Country Crock. Country Crock is one of the best-selling spreads in America, and it's pure garbage. Country Crock Original contains vegetable oil blend palm kernel oil and palm oil, water, salt, pea protein, sunflower lecithin, monoglycerides, natural flavor, vitamin A palmitate, beta-carotene color. Notice what's missing? Milk, cream, butter. There's 0 dairy in Country Crock Original. It's a plant-based spread made from palm oil, and palm oil production is destroying rainforests and killing orangutans. The ingredient switcheroo. In 2020, Country Crock reformulated to remove dairy and go fully plant-based. But they kept the packaging almost identical. Millions of consumers still think they're buying butter or a dairy spread. They're not. The health problem. Palm kernel oil is 82% saturated fat, higher than butter. But it doesn't contain the beneficial compounds found in butter like CLA, vitamin K2, or butyrate. You're getting saturated fat without the benefits. The environmental problem. Country Crock's palm oil comes from industrial plantations linked to deforestation in Indonesia and Malaysia. The production destroys orangutan habitats and contributes to climate change. Country Crock is fake butter that's bad for your health and the planet. Brand 3. Blue Bonnet. Blue Bonnet is margarine disguised as butter, and it's loaded with dangerous ingredients. Blue Bonnet contains liquid soybean oil, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, water, salt, whey, soy lecithin, vegetable mono and diglycerides, sodium benzoate preservative, artificial flavor, vitamin A palmitate, beta-carotene color. The trans fat bomb. Blue Bonnet contains partially hydrogenated soybean oil. That's trans fat. Even though the label says 0 grams, it's there. The FDA allows companies to round down if it's under 0.5 grams per serving, but if you use 2 tablespoons instead of 1, you're getting trans fats. Trans fats are banned in many countries because they increase bad cholesterol, decrease good cholesterol, cause inflammation, and dramatically increase heart disease risk. The American Heart Association says there's no safe level of trans fat consumption. The soybean oil problem. Soybean oil is one of the most inflammatory oils you can consume. It's high in omega-6 fatty acids that promote inflammation. Most soybean oil is also extracted using hexane, a neurotoxic solvent. The artificial ingredients. Bluebonnet contains artificial flavor, meaning chemical compounds created in a lab, and sodium benzoate, a preservative linked to hyperactivity in children and DNA damage. Bluebonnet is one of the worst things you can put in your body. Brand 2. Parkay. Parkay has been around since 1937, and it's been poisoning Americans for decades. Parkay margarine contains liquid soybean oil, partially hydrogenated soybean oil, water, salt, whey, vegetable mono and diglycerides, soy lecithin, potassium sorbate, calcium disodium, EDTA, artificial flavor, beta-carotene color, vitamin A, palmitate. The trans fat problem. The worst. Parkay contains some of the highest levels of trans fats found in any margarine. Testing shows Parkay can have up to 2 grams of trans fats per tablespoon when you account for labeling loopholes. Eating Parkay daily is like smoking for your arteries. Trans fats cause increased LD, bad cholesterol, decreased HDL, good cholesterol, inflammation throughout your body, insulin resistance and diabetes, heart attacks and strokes. The FDA finally banned artificial trans fats in 2018, giving companies until 2021 to reformulate. Parkay reformulated but still contains partially hydrogenated oils in smaller amounts. The historical lie. Parkay was marketed for decades as healthier than butter because it was cholesterol-free and low in saturated fat. Millions of Americans switched from butter to Parkay thinking they were protecting their hearts. They were actually increasing their heart disease risk. Studies now show that people who ate margarine like Parkay had higher rates of heart disease than people who ate butter. Parkay is the poster child for how food corporations lied to Americans for profit. Brand 1. I can't believe it's not butter spray and Smart Balance. This is the worst. I'm combining 2 products because they represent the ultimate deception in the butter aisle. I can't believe it's not butter. Spray contains water, soybean oil, salt, sweet cream buttermilk, xanthan gum, soy lecithin, polysorbate 60, lactic acid, potassium sorbate, calcium disodium, EDTA, natural and artificial flavor, vitamin A, palmitate, beta-carotene color. Here's the scam. The serving size is 5 sprays. 5 sprays contain 0 calories and 0 fat. Why? Because each spray is so small that it falls under FDA labeling thresholds. But the bottle is mostly soybean oil. If you use 25 sprays, a normal amount, you're consuming significant amounts of inflammatory vegetable oil. The ingredient. Nightmare. Polysorbate 60 is an emulsifier made from sorbitol and stearic acid. It's used in cosmetics and industrial applications. Studies show it causes gut inflammation and damages the intestinal lining. Smart Balance is even worse. It's marketed as heart-healthy butter with plant sterols that lower cholesterol. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Smart Balance contains vegetable oil blend, palm fruit, soybean, canola, and olive oils, water, salt, pea protein, sunflower lecithin, plant sterol esters, monoglycerides, natural and artificial flavor, vitamin A, palmitate, beta-carotene color, vitamin D. The plant sterol scam. Plant sterols do lower cholesterol. But lowering cholesterol doesn't reduce heart disease risk. Multiple studies show that artificially lowering cholesterol with plant sterols doesn't prevent heart attacks. You're consuming inflammatory vegetable oils to lower a number that doesn't matter. The omega-6 overload. Smart Balance has an omega-6 to omega-3 ratio of about 10 to 1. That's highly inflammatory. Grass-fed butter has a ratio closer to 1 to 1. The marketing deception. Smart Balance markets itself as doctor-recommended and heart-healthy. But it's a processed vegetable oil spread that increases inflammation. Both products trick consumers into thinking they're making healthy choices while selling them inflammatory fake butter. The two safe butter brands. Safe Brand 1. Kerrygold grass-fed butter. Kerrygold is imported from Ireland, where cows graze on grass year-round. This is real butter and one of the best you can buy. Why Kerrygold is safe. Grass-fed. Kerrygold cows eat grass, not corn and soy. This produces butter with higher omega-3 fatty acids, CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, which fights cancer and supports fat loss, vitamin K2 for bone and heart health, and beta-carotene, which gives it the golden color. No antibiotics or hormones. Irish law prohibits routine antibiotic use and bans rBST, growth hormone. Kerrygold butter is clean. 2 ingredients. Kerrygold contains cream and salt. That's it. No additives, no artificial flavors, no colors. Just real butter. The taste. Kerrygold tastes rich, creamy, and naturally sweet. It's noticeably better than conventional butter. The cost. Kerrygold costs $4 to $5 per 8-ounce package. That's about double the price of conventional butter. But you're getting superior nutrition and no antibiotics or hormones. Where to buy? Kerrygold is available at Costco, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Target, and most supermarkets. Kerrygold is the gold standard for butter. Safe Brand 2. Vital Farms pasture-raised butter. Vital Farms is a U.S.-based company that produces pasture-raised butter from small family farms. It's as good as Kerrygold and supports American farmers. Why Vital Farms is safe. Pasture-raised. Vital Farms cows spend at least 8 hours per day on pasture eating fresh grass. This produces butter with high omega-3s, CLA, and vitamin K2. No antibiotics or hormones. Vital Farms is certified humane and prohibits antibiotics and rBST hormone use. They audit every farm. Transparency. Vital Farms puts the farm name on every package. You can visit their website and see exactly where your butter came from. Full supply chain transparency. 2 ingredients. Vital Farms butter contains pasteurized cream and salt. Nothing else. The taste. Vital Farms tastes similar to Kerrygold. Rich, golden, naturally sweet. The cost. Vital Farms costs $5 to $6 per 8-ounce package. It's the most expensive butter on this list, but you're supporting ethical farming and getting the cleanest butter available in the U.S. Where to buy? Vital Farms is available at Whole Foods, Sprouts, Target, and many supermarkets. Also available on Amazon. Vital Farms is American-made excellence. How to choose safe butter. Rule 1. Read the ingredients. Real butter has 1 or 2 ingredients, cream, maybe salt. If you see more than 2 ingredients, it's not real butter. If you see vegetable oil, palm oil, or soybean oil, it's fake butter. Put it back. Rule 2. Look for grass-fed. Grass-fed butter has better nutrition, higher omega-3s as CLA and vitamin K2. Look for labels that say grass-fed or pasture-raised. Conventional grain-fed butter is inflammatory. Rule 3. Avoid anything labeled spread or margarine. Spreads and margarine are not butter. They're vegetable oil blends with additives. Even if the label says plant-based or heart-healthy, they're worse for you than real butter. Rule 4. Check for hormones and antibiotics. Look for labels that say no antibiotics, no hormones, or rBST free. Conventional butter often comes from cows treated with antibiotics and growth hormones. Rule 5. Never buy spray butter. Spray butter is a gimmick. It's mostly water and vegetable oil with emulsifiers and artificial flavor. Use real butter. Rule 6. Buy organic when possible. Organic butter comes from cows that aren't treated with antibiotics or hormones and eat organic feed. It's cleaner than conventional butter. But grass-fed is more important than organic. Rule 7. Check the color. Real grass-fed butter is golden yellow because of beta-carotene from grass. Pale butter comes from grain-fed cows and often has added color. Cost comparison. Conventional butter like Land O'Lakes costs $3 to $4 per pound. It's cheap, but comes from grain-fed, hormone-treated cows and has poor nutrition. Grass-fed butter like Kerrygold or Vital Farms costs $8 to $12 per pound. It's more expensive but has superior nutrition, no hormones, and supports better farming. The extra cost is worth it for better health. Butter should be simple. Cream from cows, maybe some salt. That's it. But the food industry turned butter into a nightmare of fake spreads, vegetable oils, trans fats, and deceptive marketing. The brands I exposed, I can't believe it's not butter, Country Crock, Blue Bonnet, Parkay, Smart Balance. They're not selling you butter. They're selling you inflammatory vegetable oil blends disguised as butter. Trans fats that damage your heart, emulsifiers that destroy your gut, artificial flavors and colors that have no place in food. And conventional butter from Land O'Lakes and Challenge? It comes from cows pumped with antibiotics and hormones, fed corn and soy, producing inflammatory butter with terrible nutrition. You have better options. Kerrygold and Vital Farms prove that butter can be clean, nutritious, and delicious. Grass-fed cows produce butter with omega-3s, CLA, and vitamin K2. No antibiotics, no hormones. Just real food. Throw out the fake butter. Stop buying margarine and spreads. Read the ingredients. Buy grass-fed. Support companies that do things right. Demand better. Call out these companies on social media. Leave reviews. Share this video. The industry only changes when we force them to. For your health and the truth about what you're spreading on your toast. If this stopped you from buying fake butter loaded with trans fats and vegetable oils, smash that like button and subscribe. Comment which brand shocked you most. Until next time, eat real butter, not processed vegetable oil spreads. Peace.